What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Hummer modification video. Today's video is going to be pretty cool because finally get to open up my birthday present. It's taking a little bit to get in, but yeah, I always end up getting something for one of the vehicles. Now, just to kind of update everybody, we do have the 2010 Hummer H3. That's my daily driver. You know, it's the one that gets us everywhere from road trips to just going back and forth to work, just to doing everyday things. I've got that. We've got a 2006 Mustang GT, which is actually at the dealership right now getting a recall taken care of. We've got this 1999 Mustang V6 convertible that my wife inherited from her grandmother, and it just kind of chills here in the garage. We are probably going to try to restore it back to stock, stock glory, really, and just keep it around. We are going to be opening this up. So what we've got here, and I'll show you what I've got going on. I like to keep things as nice and clean OE style as I possibly can. Here's the interior of the Hummer. This is the cloth interior. It's the tan and black two-tone. I really enjoy this tan and black color, but I really have a hard time with these cloth seats because, as you guys know, most all GM vehicles, they have an issue right here, and a kind of weakening here in the supports, and they start tearing up and trying to come apart. So basically, the best thing you can do for it is to try to find a good way to cover it up. It's a good protection for it. But there's not a lot out there, and it's really hard to find any seat covers. You can't go to O'Reilly's and get a seat cover that actually seems to do the job, or that actually fits. Like, if I've got seat covers, it's got a form fit to the seat. Now, I could take it to get it reupholstered and put some cat skin leather in it, but that's a little bit out of my budget, a little bit too pricey. It's like $2,000 to have that done. So what happened was I found this website, Seat Covers Unlimited, and I'll link it down below in the description. And what we've got is some custom fit seat covers that they actually design and everything for vehicle seats. And this is the first time I've opened any of this. Looks like we've got some instructions here, and you've got all sorts of different materials you could use. Let's see, let's try to put this where we don't lose it. Let's go here, and I chose to go ahead and get a leatherette, which is obviously not real leather, but it's got the leather smell, the leather feel to it, and just looks good, and kind of upgrades the interior a little bit. We've got some random rope here. Definitely gonna have to check out the instructions, but anyway, these are form fitted to the seats of your vehicle, so that they're slip on, and it looks like it's actually going to take a little bit of work to get these things on here. So that's going to be interesting to figure out. Looks like we've got some stretch here, but overall a really nice looking seat cover. And like I said, the reason I got these is because I wanted everything to fit and function just like it would if it were OEM. So, oh, this is the back. Okay, so I get it now. This is the back. It looks like we've got a nice little pocket back here, which is pretty cool. But the thing I wanted to really point out here is the color. So I got this beige and black, which is what it was called on the website, and it actually matches like pretty well, like almost identical to the factory seats, because I wanted to keep this kind of style and keep the two-tone going on. So what we're doing here is we're actually bringing the two-tone up, so it's actually gonna change it just a little bit, but it's gonna keep it really nice to factory style. And on the H3, ignore my trucking stuff, one of the biggest complaints about these seats is the fact that it's plastic on the back, and this little compartment falls off pretty easy. So this new cover actually has it built in to the back of the seat, so it's going to be pretty nice. And I think this was just under $300 for both the front seats. I did not do the back seats yet, but you could always add that on later. Looks like this is going to be for the bottom of the seat, it looks like. Oh, it looks like they gave me a console cover, which I don't really need. I've got a console cover on there right now. We're just trying to figure all this out. It's rope, these little hooks. Really don't know. Got some business cards and stuff in here. 25% off coupon for rear seats. Installation guide. Okay, so the seat backs themselves, one of them was marked driver and one of them was marked passenger, but I'm not quite sure as far as the seat bottoms go here. See, the problem I think I'm going to run into is this, the controls. Unless I'm supposed to, I guess I'm supposed to slip this somehow underneath all this plastic. Oh no, there's a lot of fasteners and stuff, like, which is kind of making it a little bit difficult to figure this out, honestly. I'm not sure if this is the driver's side or a passenger side. I'm sure this has got to be the driver's side, right? Because this would make sense for this to be short enough to go over here. After a little bit of YouTube research, I chose to use this long Allen wrench here. Supposed to stick it in this hole. Guess that releases that. Put it in this side, and it just literally comes right out, just like that. So you want to take this. No built-in armrest on the Hummer, so don't have to worry about the armrest. And this is going to be a really snug fit because they are made to fit, and they're conformed to fit the specific style of seat, which is exactly what we need. Seems like it's Velcro. I guess that part's Velcro. Yeah, this is not, that stitching wasn't supposed to come off like that. Wow. Okay. Hopefully that'll be all right. All right, so we're still working on the seat back. It's got a little bit of extra ballooning here. I'm not really quite sure why. So I've got everything tucked in. I've got everything fitted for the most part here, where if we put the seat up, we've got a little bit of like the wrinkles from shipping and stuff that works itself out, but everything else is fitting fairly nicely here. Not super tight, and I'm not sure if that's like what the drawstring portion was for. In the back, it's got those shipping wrinkles, like I said, but it looks like we've got everything centered like it's supposed to be. Got the Velcro pretty much tightened down as much as I can get it, and underneath here I can feel the bottom of that seat back in the front. So I don't know if this is like just like extra like lumbar support maybe, or I don't know, but I cannot seem to get that to fit really any closer than this. So we're going to work on the bottom, see if we can just get it finished up, and maybe it'll pull itself together here, but we're still working on it. Okay, so the driver's side is on, I think, as much as it's going to be, and is as good as it's going to get. So you have to come to a realization, two things with these. All right, so number one, you've got to manhandle these things pretty good. I mean, you know, they're leatherette, they're not 100% pure, you know, real leather. You got to tuck stuff, and you got to be willing to really get in there and tuck things in where you need to tuck them in, you know, get stuff under. You know, they are made to fit these seats, they're designed to fit these seats, you know, but they're going to have a little bit of give. Like there's a little bit of give here, a little bit of give there. I've taken these off and put them back on like 2 or 3 times now. This is pretty much as good as they're going to get. The headrest cover, that's a little wonky. You know, it's not exactly 100%. You know, I don't know. I might end up just taking that off and leaving it cloth. I don't know yet. Number two, you know, it's still a seat cover. This is not a reupholster job. You know, it's still a slip-on seat cover. You know, it is, you know, made to fit the seat. And it does look really good. You know, honestly, the colors match. Everything looks like it's supposed to. It does look really good. This console cover, I actually got this on eBay. I'll link that down in the description. I'm going to stick with this one instead of the one that come with the seat covers. But, you know, overall, this is going to do what we need it to do. Matches the color, black and tan. It looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong. That looks a lot better than the dirty kind of faded leather. And I haven't really sat in it yet. You know, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, it feels like a leather seat. You can feel it's got a little bit of that air in the back. You could slide out of it. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. The only thing I don't like is this little bit of air here. I've pushed this down as much as I can. I've tried to, you know, get that air gone. But this is pretty much right now as good as I can get it. I mean, you can still work with it a little bit, you know, later. Obviously, it's not permanent, but yeah, it looks really good. You know, it's a nice little upgrade from the factory cloth. I mean, it's not a go to the auto parts store, pick it up off the shelf, throw it in and go type of seat cover. You know, it's custom fit, supposed to be fairly snug, supposed to be a little bit of work to get it fit to your seat. Like I said before, they fit differently for multiple different vehicles, so not everything's the same. They do have those Velcro straps, so you run those Velcro straps under the bottom of the seat and strap them to the back of itself to kind of keep the, you know, the bottom part in place. I'm pretty happy with the bottom. You know, it's got a little bit of looseness to it, but you know, it's cold, the summer. It's probably gonna, you know, help it kind of shape up a little bit and maybe stretch out that leather. So it does have some wearing in to do, and to, you know, just to kind of wear it in and really just form it to the seat. But you know, it's going to do its job. It protects the seat, makes it look better, makes it more comfortable. I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, they're about $300, so a little bit expensive. I mean, it's not exactly super expensive, but it's not super cheap. But you know, it's a good seat cover for sure. And definitely, I don't regret it at all. The hardest part, I think, on this, you just gotta make sure you get all your seams lined up like you're supposed to. We've got this huge plastic trim piece here, so you can either take it off, which I didn't really want to risk breaking these clips, but you could just pull it back a little bit and really just tuck that underneath the plastic. All right, boys and girls, we've got both sides in on the seat covers. Got to clean up the interior still a little bit, do a little detailing in here. Here's what they look like, pretty much from the best angle I can give you. The color is 100% pretty much on point with the factory color. I think they're going to need a little bit of time to kind of, I guess, wear themselves in, or really just get settled in there, because this one, there's a lot of excess poofiness going on here. That one was the same way, but it's kind of settled in a little bit. Now, I did not use the console cover. I got this console cover on eBay. You can get these in multiple different colors. Super easy to install. You know, just really slides right over, you know, so you don't have to take anything apart or anything. Now, these cushions, or the covers, are a little bit thick, so it's going to rub on that console just a little bit more. But yeah, this one has the beige stitching and some little false leather cover. Looks really nice with that stitching versus the one that they give you. And the one that they give you is just this, you know, pretty much thing of leather. And I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to have installed this. I think with the string, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of this console cover, so I will link that, the one that's in there, I'll link that in the description. That way you guys can get that. You can get different stitching, like you can get red, green, blue, white, just play it straight up black, gray, whatever it is you want to get. Yeah, overall I'm pretty happy. I mean, it's almost $300 for the front too, but